Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy chilly Friday if you're in the UK. It is freezing today. I popped out with my dogs to the vets this morning. I had to de-ice the car for nearly 20 minutes. And I've got quite a new car as well. It's ridiculously frosty and cold out there. But I hope you're all staying warm. Got lots of lovely weekend plans. But one more working day of the week to do. And we are excited because we are launching a brand new collection. So let me just check that everything looks to be okay. We are on Facebook. Good morning to Vicky and Amanda. Hello. Monica, good morning to you as well. And then we are also on YouTube. I will be mostly focusing on the Facebook comments because that's where we usually are on a Friday. But I do have YouTube up and I have got CraftStash monitoring the YouTube questions. So if you've got any questions for us and you're on YouTube and I don't see them straight away, CraftStash will hopefully jump in and answer anything for you, or give me a nudge if need be. So we've got Angela and Cara. Good morning to you all. Diane, Ice Images, hello, how are you? Joe, Deborah and Kay on YouTube as well. Bianca, hello. Yeah, very frosty for Monica as well. So how has your week been? We have had lives every single day. It's been a crazy week, but I've loved it. It's been such a fun week and this should be kind of the norm now. Lots of lives across the CraftStash pages, both YouTube and Facebook. Lives on my own channel as well, lives on Sam's channel, lives on Helen's channel, and we're going to make sure there's a schedule written up so that you can all see exactly where we're going to be at what times on what days. Right, so freezing in Wales. Wales have had some bad weather, haven't they, Cara? You've had like all the snow over that side. I'm over the other side. I'm on the east coast. We've had a very slight shower of snow one day for 10 minutes, and that was it. It didn't even lay. But yeah, I think you've had it quite bad, haven't you? And you had the wind as well a few weeks ago. Don't live on the west coast, west side of England or the UK. Debbie, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Very frosty. Yeah, frosty everywhere at the minute. Tracy Ann. Tracy Ann's loved the lives this week. I'm so glad. I'm glad. Have you all loved them? And if you have, if you've managed to catch all or most of them, which ones have been your favourites? This one is going to be, I'm all excited and giddy because it's been one of those mornings I've been running round. Does anyone use the phrase headless chicken, like a headless chicken? My dad used to use that about my mum all the time and say that's how she used to run around before my nana would visit. I've been like that this morning, that phrase, or I've been a busy bee today, rushing around, but I can calm down now. I can chill out because I've got some cards to make. I'm going to show you some new dies. Now look at this. So this video, there is a tutorial for this video up on my channel now. Look at the pop-up in there. I'm hoping you can see that okay. So look at that, that's just so much fun. This element is created with the die that I'm going to be showing you today. We've also got completely flat, but the pop-up hexagon box as well, all part of the collection. There's 4 shapes for me to show you. I'm going to demonstrate how each of the 4 shapes go together very basically, so you can see how easy they are. And then we're going to sit and do one and decorate it in full. I haven't done really much of it at all, so there's going to be some fussy cutting, some colouring, and just chill out, take some time crafting. Hello Lou, how are you? Sorry, hello Lou. You said hello Lou. Hello Leanne, how are you? Dee, good morning to you as well. I hope you're all doing well. Anna is flicking between my live and is Sam still live, is she? She started at 9 o'clock, didn't she? Tell her to get a move on. Hurry up. She won't mind. She won't mind at all. Joe, you won a prize on Helen's yesterday, did you? Congratulations. That was the little bag, wasn't it? I did catch the end of it. I didn't get in quite on time. Ice Images loves the look of your hexagonal box. Yes, that is beautiful. It's so easy to put together. It's just 2 pieces as well. Now there's comments going up, pinned comments going up with links to this collection, but let's come straight down to my desk, shall we? Shall we come and see what we've got today? Brand new at CraftStash. It actually launched for VIPs last night. Let's stand these up. I just chuck them down. So we have got 4 die sets, 4 stamp and die sets, and an embossing folder as well, 3D embossing folder that's going to help you create those scenes. Sam started at 9 o'clock. Yeah, it looks like she's still got another 30 minutes until she finishes. Oh, that's a shame. Well, hopefully people will come on over once Sam has finished doing whatever she's doing. I don't know what she's doing this morning, I must admit, because I haven't been watching her at all. Like I say, I popped out to the vets and just generally had a lot of sorting out and things to do. So haven't had a chance to see anybody today, live or videos. Yeah, the diorama. Oh, you'd won the diorama set because she made the bag. Sorry, I thought she was giving the bag away. She gave away some dies, didn't she? That was really generous of her. The arch, you like the look of the arch. There's actually a few ways the arch can go as well. I saw other people doing other things. So there's the design team members have done some things. If you go onto CraftStash, you'll have everything linked in the comments for you. But if you go to CraftStash, on the page, on the header page, there's some beautiful examples. And when you go to the products on the website, if you have a look underneath the big photo of the product, you'll have a few smaller photos. You can usually click through those and see inspiration with each of the die sets too. So Leanne is sitting back. Sorry, I need to just move. There we go. Sitting in your chair and looking at what paper to use. I'm sick of it. I wish I was a bit more decisive. Okay, Leanne, go for purple. I've just made a decision. I have no idea what you're looking at. Go for the purple one. Go for the flowery one. I don't know. I'm trying to help without seeing anything. Okay, so the first one we've got. Now, these are quite, I would say they're quite basic shapes, which is nice. However, they are all shapes and or card styles that are very difficult to create without the dies. Okay, so you'll have all the cutting done for you, all the score lines done for you as well, and all the mats and layers included. Just arrived. That's all right, Nova. I haven't really shown anything. I will show the samples as I go through, and we'll be making some, so don't worry. Good morning, Elizabeth. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining. So we have got here the landscape pop-up box. Now I'm going to be making the square pop-up box, which is the other set here. So I won't show you, I haven't got an example for this one, but I am going to just put the base together so you can see the side, the finished size of it. Okay, so we've got the landscape one with everything you need to create the actual pop-up element, and then, like I say, all the mats and layers in both square, as in straight edge, and scalloped edge as well. Then we've got the same in the square one, which I'm going to be creating a card with you all. Lots of florals on this one, I think, make it a flowery pop-up box. So again, you've got all your mats and layers in there, 16 dies in that one. Now, if I remember rightly, CraftStash might need to correct me, but I think, hang on a minute, I can actually double check this. Bear with me. I'm just going to click on something on my phone. I think it's £22.99 for these die, the mechanisms as such. Let's see. Yes, I was right. And it's £18.99 for the stamps and dies. Woohoo! I did remember. However, today we have got. I'm going to come back to my face because I feel like this is an announcement almost. We don't have a bundle on these because it's a mix and match promotion. So today we are doing, if you buy any two, you get 15% off. You can mix and match across the die sets and the stamp sets, and I believe the embossing folder's in there as well. Let me just check. Yes, it is. The embossing folder's in there as well. So any two items you're going to save 15%, which is probably as similar to what you'd save if we did you a bundle where you can't actually pick what goes in it. So definitely, if you buy, I would buy in multiples of 2 to get you 15% off everything. Okay, so there we go. Let's come back to our hands now. So we've got the two square type shapes. Then we've got the hexagon pop-up box, 15 dies in there. The actual, I'm going to call it a mechanism. Hey Renee, how are you? Hello Jacqueline, good morning. Debbie's working on purple. Let's see. Debbie is working on a purple collage page. Nice, lovely. I'm glad you're doing well, Emma-Lou. Hope you're well. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Good morning from a frozen Connecticut. Oh no, is it really, really cold? It's really cold here as well. I say frozen, it's frosty. But the sun's out where I am, so I'm sure it's going to pick up very, very soon. Oh, iced images. Iced images, first name, please. I don't want to keep calling you iced images. That's not fair. Give me a first name. I'm gradually learning them. Everybody's on YouTube, everybody's handles, not necessarily the first name, so I'm learning them. But better now you're watching a live stream. Always good to get some crafty inspo and see fabulous new dies. Absolutely. The additional, yeah, VIPs do also get an additional 10% off. D, that's right. You do get another 10% off on top of the 15%. So you put your two, say you wanted the hexagonal and this die and stamp set, put them in your basket, you'll get your 15% discount, and then you'll also get your VIP on top. VIP literally goes on top. Oh, you're Louise, that's fine, that's nice and easy to remember, thank you. I do know a lot of people's names, and they're like their company names or brand names or channel names, but I do forget them, especially when I'm live and thinking of everything else, so thank you. Karen, I will be making each one of these up, and I will be measuring them for you all, okay, as I go through the live, so don't worry, we'll cover them all. Desvina, so glad you're here with us today. Thank you so much. I'm glad you've managed to catch the live. So yeah, if you put any two in your basket, you'll get your 15%, you'll get your 10% off as a VIP automatically. That 10% goes on top of pretty much any offer we're ever shouting about. You'll always get your 10% off, okay? I know there are a few restrictions, but you know what they are already. Things like I think they're on machines, are they not? Gift vouchers, things like that, you're not going to get 10% off. But everything else, you just automatically get your additional 10%, okay? Okay, right, let me see. I'll make sure I'm not missing any other comments. Good. So we've got the hexagon. Oh, no, wait, yeah, we've got the hexagon, which is the mechanism is 2 parts, but you don't have the bar across. You'll see this when I get through. And we have the arched pop-up box. I am in love with this one. I am absolutely in love with this one. I'll show you this again because I thought it was so pretty. You can pick and choose of the bars across there. I'm going to call them the bars. Which one? So I've got grass, I've got bunting, and I've got what looks like a bush or a hedge, and then I've also got like the rolling hills in the background, all included there. I could have done one across, I could have done 10 and squeezed them all in if I wanted. So really good fun doing this one. Lots of good fun. This kind of reminds me of like a garden party fete type thing. Really cool. And with the hexagon, I think there's probably quite a few ways of putting this one together. I like this way, so it folds completely flat to go into an envelope, and then it flips, it just pops down, and it looks like a chocolate box, doesn't it? It does look like a chocolate box, so really, really good fun. Okay, so they are the 4 main die sets: square, rectangle, arched, and hexagon. Then we've got the stamps and dies. Hello, Julie. Hi, Barbara. Has Sam finished, or is she still going? Is she still going? 2.5 hours, 2.25 hours. Hey, Deborah. Good morning. Hope you're well. Let me see. Karen, hello from Singapore on YouTube. Hope you're well too. Thank you for joining us. I'd love to see the arch pop up in a square card too. Yeah, absolutely. You can put it into any card. Absolutely any. I love my 5x7s, so I put it into this size card, but you can definitely put it into any other shape card. I would say the only one you can't put into a card like this is the hexagon, because the hexagon doesn't have the right angles. I think do you know, maybe you could. No, you couldn't. Oh, I'm thinking out loud. So you'd fold it there. You could, but the card would only be able to obviously open that to that angle. That would be the, hang on, let me get a card base. I'm going to show you this because we've got time. Let's see. I've got some of the new Creative Craft products, 6x6 card bases. They're the card bases and envelopes. So then these are great because the actual card base is 6 inches, not the envelope is 6 inches. Deb, hello, good morning. Lots of people trying to watch both of us at the same time. Thank you. Sam's still on watching her on the TV and you on my phone. Well, I am so glad I am not on the big screen, I have to say. Don't be switching us over. So let me see. I've been saying, oh, you can't put the hexagon into a card, but actually, if you were to attach just those two, open it up. Yeah, so the card would only open, well, I suppose, yeah, you'd have to do it this way. You could take the back panel off if you wanted. You could only open it up to that angle. That's the only problem. So you would probably want to remove this back panel, snip that off maybe, not have that on there. Or you could put it elsewhere on the card, but it would only open to that angle, okay? So it's possible, but yeah, really fun to think about things like that. Good morning, Anne. How are you? Have you recovered from your live yesterday? Have you warmed up now? It was lovely watching you. I just sat in the background watching. I was actually preparing. I was doing some magazine commissions while I was watching you, Sam. It's really cute. It's really cute. I'm doing good. Deborah's doing good. Saw a bit from the gym. How did you go, Lou? What, to the gym? Yeah, I went that day, 2 days ago, and I'll go again today. I actually went last night with my daughter, make sure she did everything properly, because she's new to the gym and she's still learning the machines, so I'm a bit of a PT for her. You could just stick the back square of the hexagon. It would say, oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. So you could just have it. Yeah, I'm gonna get that card base again. I see what you mean. This is fun. I haven't even demoed yet. I haven't even been through all the products, but you could, yeah, just have this back panel glued on. This is what Emma's saying. Actually, that fits really nicely in a 6x6. And then when you open it, that would, it doesn't really pop out, does it? But it does. You could pull it out so it would still be, yeah, loads of ideas. Love this. I will, Louise, I'll be measuring everything in a moment. I'll do them all. What I'll do is I'll make the basic shapes up and then we'll measure them all together, give people chance to join us and make a note of it as well. Okay, so let me see, just make sure I haven't missed anything. Joe, don't think the link's working properly. Oh no, CraftStash have retracted it. I don't know what the link was, whether that was one I was sending earlier, I'm not sure. CraftStash will sort that out on YouTube for you. And let me just see, make sure I've not missed anyone on Facebook as well. I think you're all there. She's still playing, is she, Barbara? Pippa, good morning. What is Sam making today then? Let me know what Sam's been doing, because anyone can go back and watch it later, can't they? So if they're interested. Carol says, no, Sam's still going. She said you're meant to be on at 12:30. No, we do 11 o'clock now on Fridays. What it was is, again, this is a face, this is a bit of a, not an announcement, this is a chat between friends. We always used to go live at 12:30, but unfortunately by going live at 12:30 it fell into a lot of people's lunch breaks, and we all finish a little bit earlier on a Friday as well, so we finish at 4 or 4:30, some people, most people. So we found by waiting until say 1:30, 2 o'clock before we then had our lunch break, and it's not just me, there's the people behind the scenes, obviously CraftStash Stig, he needs to eat or he gets grumpy. So he won't like me saying that. So if we don't eat till say 2 o'clock and then we finish at 4, it's hardly worth almost coming back after lunch. So we thought, right, if we do it at 11, we finish, we have our lunch break, we have a good chunk of the afternoon to get into everything for the get everything prepared for the weekend. Does that make sense? So we've brought the lives forward to 11 o'clock. But if you still can't watch until 12, half 12, something like that, maybe you watch on your lunch break, that's absolutely fine. You can always catch up and watch us. And there's so many lives now. It's brilliant. Okay, stamps and dies. Hopefully we want to see what you make. I'm getting there. I'm talking lots. Yeah, I think every man gets hangry, don't they? I know my husband does. He really does. Oops. Oops, what's the oops? Oh, you've got your little hands warm now. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, what have I done that's oops? Oh no, what have I done? What have I missed? There's an oops. Or is that the link? Another level of multitasking. It is, isn't it? Everyone's multitasking, watching 2 people. Yeah, so we do 11 o'clock now. So Sam's going to have to learn. She's going to have to learn to speed craft just a little bit. Okay, so stamps and dies. I keep promising to get there. Party like it's your birthday. We have got 29 stamps in here and 5 dies. Now, the packaging on these, on mine, is actually quite large. So I don't know whether yours will be a little bit smaller. So what I get stamp and die sets when they're just fresh from the factory. So as you can see, the packaging here isn't quite large enough for it. So this would be altered. Yours would fit nicely. Okay, so don't look at that and think, oh, that's badly designed. No, mine are something we call pre-production samples. So let's have a look at the stamps. The contents are absolutely fine. The packaging sometimes needs tweaking. So as you can see there, lots of stamps, 29 stamps. I think that's everything you could ever need for a celebration, isn't it? Really nice open line design, so really easy for colouring. So I'm going to hopefully add some of those into my floral design that we do later. You've also got the ones that are at the top here, so you've got the gift, the banner, the balloon, the confetti, and it's like a pocket. They are all in dies as well, so you don't have to fussy cut those out. So if you need a super quick card, if you just use those ones, you can fussy cut, rather die cut them out. Okay. Yeah, any questions, do let me know on either of the platforms. CraftStash will shout at me if I forget anything. Okay, so that's the party like it's your birthday. Then we've got You're So Fly. I think you can see all of that. You can see the size of the stamps as well from this one. They're nice, large A5 sheet of stamps. 30 stamps in that one. In fact, this is the one that I used to decorate this card. So you can see lots of the images there. I love the birds. I really love the bird house and the, what's it called? Not honeycomb. The bee's nest? It's a bee's nest, isn't it? It's got honeycomb inside it. Should have anyway. Yes, I really love those, and the bumblebees. It just fit really nicely with like the bunting and the hedge and everything that came with the arch set, but you can mix and match them in any way you want to. So that's You're So Fly. Then we've got the gift of flowers, which I'm going to be working with today because I haven't made a card with this one yet. So we'll see that in more detail in a little while. Each of them do have sentiments too. And then this one is It's Time to Celebrate. Everything kind of wedding. You've got Valentine's theme here. Celebration as in bubbly. Who's going to be having a glass of bubbly or something this evening? I do believe they are photopolymer, Amy. I think there's obviously different levels of photopolymer, different levels of quality of photopolymer. But I do believe these are. That's what I've been told anyway. They feel like they are to me. So nice quality stamps. So It's Time to Celebrate. Yeah, so I will be having something that looks a little bit, oh no, I'm going to the gym tonight. When I get home, I'll be having something that looks a little bit like this. I'll be having a G&T with icing. I don't worry about the straw or the slice. In fact, I don't even have a lot of ice. I don't have a lot of tonic either. Good morning, Karen Reeves. How are you? I hope you're well. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. So this one I used for this box. Okay, so you can see you've got the so you can see the size of the champagne compared to what we've got on the packet. Much larger. We've got the box of chocolates. We've got like a wedding cake there. Could be a birthday cake even. I really like this one. The envelope with the heart in. It's just in there. It's really cute. I love that. Okay, so they are the 4 stamp and die sets. And lastly, I'll get to demo in a minute. Emma's supposed to be doing physio, but watching this live. Never mind. I don't mind. I'm not going to complain. So then we've got the background scene as well. This is a 3D folder, so you could use this in the background or in the cards of any of these. If you had to pick a fave shape from the launch, which would you pick? Is that me? I think at the moment it would be the arched. I think, Leanne, I think the arch, only because I've created this, I really like this. But the hexagon's really different as well. Yeah, it's really hard to say. I think so far the arch, but let's see. We're going to make the square one today and decorate it all, so that may be my favourite. I'm going to put 4 of these shapes together now, and I'll measure them all as well. Okay, so let's start with, I have cut these out. I always use this colour, and I think I shouldn't use this colour. It's too similar to my mat. So the first one I'm going to very basically put together for you is the landscape pop-up. Okay, hey Donna, how are you? Inga, good morning. Hope you're well. Super affordable. They are £22.99 for the mechanisms, £18.99 for the stamps and dies. If you're purchasing any 2, hang on, I think the embossing folder is £8.99 as well. If any 2 are purchased at the same time, you'll get an additional 15% off. So you're building your own bundles. Hello from Florida. I hope the weather's over there is much nicer than it is here. Barbara, good morning to you as well. I'm going to guess Sam's just finished. Was given that away as Sam just finished. Yeah, I know Sam's fault. She thought we were on at 12:30. We're always on at 11 now. We'll wait for Sam to come in and we'll give her what for. Avril, good morning. Maureen, sorry, I was just about to demonstrate, but I will just say hello to a few people. Claire, Lisa. So it's cold here. Oh, it's cold, is it? Is it really? What temperature is it? I wouldn't have thought that. Carmen, good morning. I know, don't worry, Carmen. Everyone's been watching Sam. It's all her fault. Maggie, good morning to you as well. Sharon, good morning. Hello. Over on YouTube. Hope you're well. Have a meeting to attend. We'll catch up later. Oh, never mind, Joe. Thank you so much for popping in. Have a good meeting. Hope it goes well for Friday. And yes, you can watch later. I'm here. You can't rush a genius. No, okay, we'll have that. Can't rush you. But never mind. I haven't really done much. I've just shown everything. Yeah, 2 Oodies on. Oodies are the, hi Isla, Oodies. Is that what they're called? They're like hoodies. They're like the, yeah, like a blanket with arms, aren't they? Is that right? I haven't got one. I have a lot of onesies. Just saying. We'll have to consider it, Sam. We'll have to work it out. Bri, hello, how are you? And Avril's got snow for the 5th day. We're in -3, I think, today. Right, so I've die cut this one shape. I have to admit, I did have to use my big platform for this, big black platform die cutting machine. So my Big Shot Plus. And it's really easy. I'm just going to mountain fold all 4 of the score lines there, and then I'm going to valley fold these curved pieces. Okay, well, it depends which way you look at it, doesn't it? Your mountains and valleys, I suppose. So mountain fold them that way and then valley fold those. You can see the shape that you're building already. And then just on the end here, we have a little tab that we can fold. Very, very easy to do. In fact, I'm not going to glue that yet because it's easier not to. So you can see the shape that we're creating. Now, if you want to, and the typical pop-up box doesn't actually have a score line at the back here, so you don't have to fold that if you don't want to. You could even put yourself a supporting piece of cardstock and keep that upright. Right, so then you also have the strip. Okay, so a long strip in this one. And this, it took me a little while. I was looking at this and I was thinking, oh, I don't understand how that works because I'm not used to having it in one long strip, but it's genius. I'll show you in just a second. Rianne, good morning. Karina, hello, how are you? And Kay, I hope you're well. Anyone else? Oh, Karen Reeves got 5 to 8 inches of snow. Wow, that is really, and I can imagine how cold that must be. Patricia, can I ask where you get the lovely bees and hives? Oh, they are here. They are launching today. Let me just show you. That's this set. So this is the You're So Fly Stampin' Die set. $18.99 if you're not a VIP member. Obviously, you do get an additional 10% off if you are. And then the if you're buying more than 2 sets from this collection, so any of the mechanisms and any of the stamps and dies, any 2, you can pick and mix your own. You're going to save 15%. Okay, let me see. Leanne has done her usual. I love this, Leanne. She's top the pops. I love that. Apart from being frozen, aren't we? Or I think the whole world is frozen at the moment. So I'm just going to mountain fold these. Okay, and like I say, if you've ever made your own pop-up boxes before, you'd probably be thinking, well, that's a bit odd. But we usually just have one bar across. So the little tab on the end, I'm going to add a bit of glue. Fold over and attach the end, so you can fold it exactly in half. Okay, and it's got a couple of additional score lines which I've just pressed, and look, we've now got 2 bars at once rather than just the one. Let's glue this. Where should we put it? Let's just put it here. We'll put it anywhere we like. At the top, I'm going to put it right in the middle. So press that there, and then the easiest way to attach this to the right place over this side, and I need to be careful because of course this is still drying, is to flatten it like so. Apply our glue to this side, flatten it down, press it on. Okay, really easy. The same then with this. I'll fold this over, flatten it down, because everything folds in half, folds completely flat. Glue on the tab, fold that one over. I'm just making sure everything is secure. And then when you lift it up, you have got your pop-up box with the flaps. You can cut these off, you can decorate them, you can keep some standing up if you prefer. But you can see you've got your bars across the middle now to put all your decoration in, and it folds completely flat, whether you want to put those up or have these down. You can fold it that way or you can fold it that way. Let me grab that card base that I had. Bear with me because I've got to lean down. Oh, blimey. Maybe I should do yoga rather than go to the gym. Because that was a stretch. Do you know what? I can actually change. No, I can't. Forget that. Forget I said anything. You love pop-ups. Yeah, so these are usually, you cut and you score and you measure, don't you? And it does take a long time, but usually it takes forever. And now you've got it in a simple die that you just run through your machine. Now, if say you were to have this in the card like so, there we go. Will it fold flat? Oh yeah, if that's out of the way and that's tucked out of the way, it will fold flat. Okay, completely flat in there, and I'm just trying to keep that there, and then that would open up the same way as I've done with the arched one. You could have it in there like so. You could have it looking like a gift box that pops up if you want, a bouquet of flower, like a box of flowers, something like that. So yeah, so that one will fit in. So that is, I'll measure it, don't worry, I will measure it. This is the landscape box. The width across is centimetres or inches. Would you like both? Are you all ready? With those of you who have been asking for measurements, are you ready to take note? If not, you'll have to rewind to, I don't know how many minutes we're on, 33 minutes. Okay, so across it is 10 centimetres, just under 4 inches, 3 3/4 inches. Okay, inches. So there we go, so 3 3/4 inches. The height of just the box itself is 7.5 centimetres or 3 inches. The overall height with the flaps upwards, 14.5 centimetres and inches. 5 3/4 inches. Are we okay with this? Yeah. And lastly, I'll just do the depth as well. So the depth in centimetres is 4 centimetres deep and 1.5 inches. Okay, so hopefully that helps you all. Now the bars you can probably squeeze in. No, you wouldn't want to squeeze in any more than that, I don't think. But there we go. So there's the landscape one. The square one I'm going to make and decorate, so I won't be doing that one right now. But let's do the arched one, shall we? Very, very simple, this arched one, extremely easy. You've got the arched back, and you've actually got dies, as you can see here. You've got the dies to cut the mats and layers. Now I was thinking you could use that inner mat, the smallest mat. You've either got the one with the stitch detail or you've got the straight edge one. You could cut an aperture into this as well, so you could actually probably do, I've got hiccups, sorry, because I did rush a banana just before I ate. I love them in a card. I knew what you meant, Anne. Thank you. It's like Sam's pop-up bouquet. Similar, yes. Yes. Let me just see, make sure I don't like to miss any images. The arch and the hexagon are the two you've ordered, Anna. Lovely. You're very welcome, Patricia. You're very welcome. So with the arch one, you could actually have 2 layers of this, the way I'm going to put it together, if you wanted, and you could cut an aperture in an arch shape through into one. You'd have lots of layers. You could have it really long if you wanted to keep adding these in between, and another arch and another arch. And then yeah, you could cut apertures in so you can look through. That would be really cool. That would be really nice if you've got like wedding images, like a bride and a groom, and you could have them in an archway. How cool was that? If you get my textures 3D embossing folders, the Great Wall, you could make the archway look like a brick wall as well. There's so many different ways you can use this. So this one is easy. It has what I call 2 wings as such. Now, because I did this card as a tutorial on my own channel, you'll be able to see this being put together on there anyway, if you do want to get this one. So just fold that there, and then the same on this side too. So you're going with the taller piece at the back and the shorter piece at the front. There we go. That actually makes a nice little cute sort of gatefold type card. If you wanted, you could adapt it. All the mats and layers come with this. We've just got this bar that sits at the front. Put a tiny bit of glue on there. And again, I'm going to do this very cleverly. I'm going to put that there, just on the front. I'm just holding that for a second, then I'm going to fold it down flat, make sure it's level. This is the beauty of wet glue. You've got that little bit of wiggle. There we go. And then there. Oops, that didn't quite hold. Hold it another second longer. Need like some, I used to call it department store music or elevator music. Emily, I've always wondered who is the MD of CraftStash. I keep thinking it's Lou. No, I wish. If you saw his car, I wish that was me. I don't know if we can say CraftStash Stig. Is it you? There we go. So then you've got the arch there, easy, and then you just put, if you have a look, you've got grass, you've got bunting, you've got, like I say, the hedge there. You can put them in wherever you want in the same way, and that's how I built up this one. Okay, you can see really nice and easy to go together. But I think with the different shapes you've got there, I think you could make all sorts with that. I think that is probably the most versatile of all of them. Maureen, yeah, it's a really cute size. Oh, you want the size of this one, don't you? Let me just put the lid on my glue. Stig, yes, Stig. CraftStash Stig is the MD secretly. He's really not. Well, you never know. Okay, so I'm just going to measure the arch. The tallest arch, you can probably use a smaller one if you wanted, but the tallest arch is 10.5 centimetres, which is 4 inches. Okay, that's tall. The width is 8.5 centimetres, which is about it's not quite 3.5 inches, just under 3.5 inches across. It's about 3.5 inches. And the depth, if you just do the one, okay, the depth is 2 inches roughly. Okay, happy with that? Hang on. For those who are in centimetres, the depth is 5 centimetres roughly. Okay. CraftStash, will these be caught? I don't think these are caught. I think these are probably what we call fashion items. So once they're gone, I'd imagine. Right, so one more to put together very quickly, and then we'll take one and we'll fully decorate it, and we'll use the stamps and do some colouring and all sorts. So Hexagon pop-up. So this comes in 2 parts. I did manage to cut that in my new Creative Craft Products die cutting machine on the A5 plates. So these are, that does, it looks larger, but it does just fit on the plate. Okay, now the band run, this straight band, that's what sits around the middle. So fold that. I'm just going to mountain fold those, and each one has a tab on the end. And then you've got, there's a hexagon that has a line through. So this one hasn't got a score line through, so you leave that. This one has got a score line through. Again, this one is one that I have done as a, what do you call it? I want to say what do you call it, that's not the right word, as a tutorial on the CraftStash channel. There we go. Now I've got to try and remember which way this goes. It's that way and that way. That way and that way, I believe. So they've got the score lines in them. I did it on the channel, I should remember. There we go, that's right, yeah. So all we're going to do is, once you can score everything, fold everything, and if you find that you've actually done it the wrong way round, it's really not the end of the world, because you're going to be able to then just fold it the opposite way. Does that make sense? I've not done this one right, have I? Oh yes, because of course it does. It folds upwards. It folds up. That's right. Sorry. I was looking at it thinking, it's not right. It's not right. Okay, so everything there has been valley folded. Okay, if you have it looking from the outside, what do you call it? Yeah, it is a technical term, Avril. It absolutely is. It should be in the dictionary. I am doing a spring theme card today, Emma. I'm going to be doing lots of florals, which I'm very excited about. Now make sure when you glue them together, which you'll notice anyway, make sure the two scored hexagons are the same way. So you've got your straight edge one up there, and then you've got a tab that will link to this one. Simple scored tab, just pop that on. I like to I'm going to use my grid on my mat, whatever mat you've got. You should have a grid on it usually. Just use that to make sure that you get them straight, like so. Okay, yeah, I like that one. What do you call it? A thingamy-bob? Oojamy flip? Any others? Right, and then you can bring this over at any point. It doesn't matter where you fold it. But if you bring the two together, they will meet, because again, it folds perfectly in half. Glue on the tab. Something a thingamy-bob, yep. And oojamy flip. Don't forget that one. Are there any more? Can anyone think of any more random things we say when we can't think of a word? There we go. So there's my hexagon. Now these pieces, tuck them in, tuck them up. And you notice when you flatten them, you've got the two top edges. So you just want to apply glue to each of these. Squish the two together with glue, but you're not gluing the bottom half, because the bottom half needs to push out and flat to be the base of the box when it's stood. Okay, so you're just gluing those top two halves of the hexagons together, and that is it. That is literally it. How easy was that? Hey Tez, how are you? Cold out there, I know. Yeah, thingamy-bob. Thingamajiggy, yep. That's what we should call these, I think, because I don't know what names there are besides pop-up cards. I'm not sure what are the names. So there we go. Right, measurements for this one. Let's see. Across, if we go straight across the hexagon, front to back, it doesn't matter which way we do it, 8 centimetres or 3¼ inches. If we go across the points, so that's across the straight edge, across the points, I suppose the largest area would be 9½ almost, or maybe 10 centimetres, 9½, 10 centimetres. And in inches, you're looking at almost 4 centimetres. The height of the actual box part is 4½ centimetres, which is 1¾ inches. And the overall height, if you include this back panel here, which you can snip off if you prefer, 4¾ inches and 12½ centimetres. Okay. What Woodama flip? Woodama flip? Hoodama flip. Hoodama flip. I see what you mean. I was reading it as a who, not a who. I like to say, you know, that thingy thing. Yeah. Hexagon one's like the lawn form one. They call it a platform pop up. Oh, is it? I didn't realise that. I haven't actually got any. I don't think I've got. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I've got any lawn fawn dies at all, or stamps or anything. Okay, so they are 3 of the shapes. The 4th shape here, I can show you all the dies you're getting as well. Let's start actually creating. Now we are 47 minutes in. Everyone, you can purchase through the links that are pinned on both Facebook and YouTube if you want to be taken directly to the collection. And don't forget, of course, the collection is 15% off if you're buying 2 or more of the products today. So buy 2, put them in your basket, you get 15% off. I would suggest then buy another 2, don't just buy 1 to get another 15% off. Yeah, don't forget the offer. And then if you are a VIP member, you're going to get an additional 10% on top of that as well. Right, so this is the square pop-up, the simplest probably. This is the original, what I'd call the original one. At the price they wanted, CraftStash is better. Of course CraftStash is better, of course. And old to new, love the critters, love the cute critters. They are super cute. So I have cut this shape from green cardstock. Like I say, we're going kind of spring, and with the florals that I'm going to put in it, it's going to be really pretty. Then you've got this long strip. Now I've shown you how the long strip actually worked in the landscape one. Let's bring this. I mustn't forget that my mum is coming round at some point to pick up her cat. I've been looking after my mum's cat for over 3 years now, probably coming up for 4 years now. I can't remember, a long time, years. It was supposed to be a few weeks, then a few months, and now she's here for good. But my mum still, when she needs the vets or anything, my mum comes and takes her. So she's coming at some point this afternoon, early afternoon, to collect her. And I don't know what time, and the doors are locked, so she's not going to get in if she does turn up. So Anna's just put a bunch of lawn platform dies. Then I saw these. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Never mind. Never mind. Always check CraftStash first. We do tend to do, especially creative craft products, do a lot of the basics. Really good prices. So just cut that one, and then as you can see, we've got all of our mats and layers. I will be cutting some of those in a little while when we've decided which ones we actually want. So to put this together, it's going to be, I'm going to leave a back panel, I think. I think I will leave this end one as the back panel. So I'm not going to score that one, or fold that one rather. Try and leave that one upright. Just find my bone folder. There we go. So what's everybody's weekend plans? Anything exciting going on? I think, what do I have a weekend of? So my porch is finished. I have finished that now. Built in a cupboard, tiled floor, very happy with it all. So now we are back to working on the utility. So I think I am putting door architrave and skirting up this weekend. Not very exciting, but never mind. My husband's out all day tomorrow, so don't know how much I'll get done tomorrow. I might just sit in front of the TV, pop down the gym for an hour, do just nothing. Do you ever let the cat in your craft area? She doesn't really come in here, but the dogs do. She likes to lay on my son's bed. That's her favourite spot. She's not so keen on coming in here. She has been. I've found her on my chair a few times before. Let me see. Hello, Rachel. Hope you got an okay at the hospital. Thank you for joining us. Don't worry about being late though. We'll forgive you. Do not worry at all. CraftStash. Let me see. CraftStash often have offers on Lawn Fawn too. We do. We have offers on everything. Lawn Fawn is one of those. Is a company we call a third-party company because it's not one we design here, and we do have offers on third-party companies as well. So I'm going to leave one back panel flat, and I'm going to fold the others down. And this is often something I do forget while I'm merrily going around scoring, folding everything. I do forget that I want to leave the back panel straight. That's completely your choice, but that's like the original design. I think it's the original design to have the back panel flat. Hang on a minute. I just need to snip a little bit. Didn't quite cut down to there. Make sure it's the same. Yeah, it's fine. So by folding it flat, I can still score and burnish merrily. There we go. So 1, 2 and 3. There we go. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to be doing all the decorating as well. It is a really good sized one, really good size box, strangely. Now the strip I'm going to just mountain fold all the way across. Okay. And then simply, just in the way I did before, very quickly, just glue that. There we go. Now what time is it? It's, oh, blimey. Have a good afternoon. Have a good, what is it for you, Deborah? Night time, evening? What time is it for you? Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever's left of it. Oh, I'm glad you're okay. Nothing new, thankfully. Good, good, good. Oh, so Maureen's batch cooking with apple crumble, chili con carne. Wow, can I come to yours for dinner, please? That sounds amazing. So then I'm going to just apply glue to both of the ends here. Flatten the box. It's much easier if you flatten it, and also flatten the strip as well. So you'll have glue on one end and glue on the other end, on the other side. And pop it inside here. And if you pop it in there, it's going to glue. So this glued end is going to glue to the front here. That glued end is going to glue to the back, which is the other side. Nothing's gluing to this front panel. 11 p.m. at night. I thought it was quite late. Well, good night. Sleep well. Maybe see you. Well, I'll be on at 4. You won't be about. You won't be about in 5 hours, or 4 hours on YouTube. So maybe catch up another time. I don't blame you. You're very welcome. Oh, I'd love to pop round, Maureen. And then if you fold it the other way, you'll notice it's all perfectly measured flat. Absolutely perfect. I mean, look at that. It's there. It can fold either way now. And we can also lift these up to fold if we want to. There we go. Okay, so decoration. This is where I need your input. I am making my own paper, and I don't know if I've got enough here. So I've started on this pink piece of paper, and I've used the Colorology ink pads. So I used emerald green and fuchsia pink to stamp let me just grab these. There we go. These ones. So this is just making a nice subtle pattern paper for the background that I'm going to put on some of these panels. Now I've got enough to do these 3 panels. I'm just wondering if I will have enough, you know. I think there will be enough there. So very easily, very simply, I've just gone round with a few stamps and randomly stamped. That is it. Yeah, so CraftStash wants to come as well, Maureen. You're going to have a house full. Apple crumble is my favourite. It's my favourite dessert. If ever we're at a restaurant and you know when you sit there and you go, oh, I am so full up, and then they say, would you like to see the menu? And you're like, I don't think I could, but also, you know, someone at your table always wants to see it, don't they? If apple crumbles or any sort of crumble is on there, that's it. I'm having it. It doesn't matter whether it's pear, blackberry, summer fruits, rhubarb, peach. More like a peach cobbler though. I am having it. Okay, now you notice that these are curved. Okay, these parts are curved, whereas the actual box is straight. So you have got curved and straight edges in these. Okay, the zigzag is the zigzag, but you've got curved in the scallop, the straight and the stitched. So you can really adjust these. Let's use the stitched ones because these are really pretty. So I'm going to have to run through one at a time. Or should I do? Do you know what I think I'll do? I'm going to do the smaller one, and I will let's find a nice bright pink. I'm just reaching behind me because I've got my cardstock here. Let's see. This is, oh, what is this called? Cerise Rose. I'll grab some of this. Very, very, very bright pink. That'll be nice. It'll be really bright. Happy New Year, Karen. You're new here. Thank you so much for joining us. We're glad you're here. We love people who are new to the channel or new to watching live, whichever it may be. Lovely spring colour. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 of these and 3 of these, and they're going to be on these 3 parts. Okay, let's take a bit of tape here. Now I'm not going to rush this. I know we usually do about an hour, but I've decided, as I said to lots of you the other day, we're not going to rush lives anymore. We're going to just let them go as long as they need to go, unless for any reason someone else is on live and I need to hurry up and get finished. Thank you, Sharon. It is a clever box, isn't it? They are very clever. The fact that they fold flat just means you can put it inside a card or an envelope, on a scrapbook page. You could have it on a journal or a scrapbook page pop up, and then you've got photos and you've got lots of documentation and journal pieces in there as well. You know, it's really the sky's the limit with these. So I'm not worrying about what I'm cutting out, what area I'm cutting out of pattern paper that I've made. But it was just randomly stamping some of those flowers because I'll use the same flowers for the decoration as well. Question: do you prefer our lives with or without overlays that allows you to purchase in live? Yeah, how do you prefer it? At the moment we can't do the lives where you purchase by commenting, shop, etc. We can't do that on YouTube right now. But if it was a possibility, would you, on YouTube as well, would you prefer to have the ones where you can comment, or do you like the ones where you can see everything? There's no overlays, so you don't have your bar here that has all the details on. You can just watch the demonstrations. Which is your preference? We'd like to know. We want your feedback. And if you don't partake in the what we call the live shopping, so using the links, or rather using the comments, so comment, shop, whatever, if you don't use that, do you then click on the links that are in the comments, or do you take yourself over to CraftStash in your own time and have a look at products? Let us know. We like to know everything. Okay, so if I show you on this one, one thing I have noticed is now that I've changed my craft room around, which I'm still absolutely loving, but my craft desk is just that little bit smaller. Take a look at this. Look, I think that works, doesn't it? And then they will sit on there. I think that will be okay. Nice as a pattern paper. And that one. Carmen goes to CraftStash in her own time. I feel like we'll buy anyway, says Avril. Some people will buy everything. We know who you are. Louise on YouTube says, I prefer to go over to the website separately as I don't want to come off the live stream. So what we do, Louise, on YouTube, do you watch on Facebook at all? Or are you only on YouTube? There's a reason for my question. You're very cute. Thank you, Leanne. It's good to know. We want your feedback. We often put posts. If you're not part of the CraftStash chat Facebook group, and you are on Facebook, join it. We often put like polls and questions in there. We want to make the demonstrating and the shopping experience for you as enjoyable and easy as possible. So we're often asking for your questions, and we take it all on board. We discuss it all. If we asked 100 of you what you prefer, and 88 of you said, you know, you prefer one or the other, we would seriously consider changing things for you. We wouldn't just think, right, well, this is how everyone else is doing it, so we're going to do that. You know, okay. There's a place for everything. Yes, there is CraftStash. Certain lives. Yes, so some of our lives are quick salesy. They're not demonstrating. Well, like Monday mornings and Thursday mornings, that's what that's all about. So they are the sorts of lives where you can quickly comment, and it will take you to the, it will put the product in your basket for you, that sort of thing. I'm going to put these dies back, but I will probably still, I think what I'm going to also do is use this one for the back panel too. but I'm going to put a piece of white in the background and probably stamp on it. So let's cut one of those, and let's cut I've just realised I've been using the one that's not got the curved edge, but never mind, the smaller nested one. This one's got slightly curved corners, and I've not been using that one, but it's not the end of the world. Right, so let's cut a small panel of white. Like I say, I'm literally building this up from scratch, which you don't usually see me do. Very often everything's already die cut. That's another question as well. Do you like to see myself, Sam, Helen, do you like to see us die cut everything, fussy cut everything, colour everything, or would you prefer us to be faster at getting the demos done and have everything already done, so we just glue together? I mean, yeah, what's your preference? Debbie's usually on YouTube. She buys with the links and try to buy with the links. YouTube is safer for your wallet. I don't do Facebook if I can help it. I find it very confusing to use. That's fair enough. Only reason I was going to say is because on Facebook we have had some lives recently where we are where we comment. We say comment to buy. So if you comment certain words, it will ask you if you want to add it to your CraftStash basket. That's why I asked if you watch on Facebook at all. But we don't do that on YouTube. Yes, you prefer the whole process. I'm glad, because I've always been worried that me sitting here die cutting all these pieces isn't very exciting, and that you might get a bit bored and go off. I think it comes from years and years of telly shopping where we only get like a few minutes, like 5 minutes, to make every card. So everything does have to be already cut, coloured, and we just really mostly construct. So yeah, I like the demos without the sales pitch, but having the short sales lives when you know that's what you're getting, Avril, absolutely. And yeah, it was very popular this week. We started our quick sales shows on Monday and Thursdays, doing the essentials for you. Lots of you watching and lots of you purchasing as well, so there's obviously a need for that, isn't there? Yeah, the prep lives, that's really good. I saw that. So she did that Wednesday morning, didn't she? That's a good idea. I nearly did it yesterday. I'm a bit lived out this week, to be honest. I nearly did it yesterday because I was doing a magazine commission, and I thought, oh, it would be quite nice to chat to you all and show you what I'm doing whilst I'm doing those cards. But actually, we're not supposed to show magazine cards until the magazine's launched. So then I thought, oh, I can't do that. It's a shame, really. Oh, you like to see the whole process. See, lots of you do, and none of you get bored sitting watching me die cut 100 pieces first. I'm glad. Trust me, I'm really glad, because to be honest, if we we call it prep, if we prep these lives and have everything already cut and coloured and die cut, it takes a long time. It can take longer than doing the live itself a second time round. So yeah, everyone seems to prefer seeing the full process. I'm really pleased about that. Really pleased about that. I've actually got mixed media this afternoon on YouTube at 4 PM on my channel. Melissa, I prefer to see see from beginning to end. I love watching the colouring so I can learn. I love listening to me chatter. My husband never says that. So there's mixed media at 4 PM I'll be doing, and I haven't prepared anything for that either. I'll see if I can get my piece off the wall that I did last Friday to give you an example of what I did last week. This is a bit of a sales pitch for me, CraftStash. I hope that's okay. Well, I'm just gluing. Let me see if I can just grab this, because it's warm in here, so it should peel off the adhesive a bit. So I did an art journal page, I think last Friday, which was it was white cardstock, so I did it all from scratch. So that's the sort of thing you'll see on my channel at 4 PM live, but I've not prepared anything this week, so that is going to be again, from scratch. I usually try to make it an hour, but it often runs over, and often my husband comes home and has to bring me in a cup of tea because it runs a little bit longer. There we go. Never bored. Oh, that's sweet. Barbara and Maureen, thank you. Kay says she likes it because if you make a mistake, which rarely happens, it's good to see how you put it right, if we can put it right. And you know what, Tez has just said the exact same thing on YouTube as well. See how to do it the right way and leave you to do it the wrong way. Yeah. So I'm not going to, on this one, I'm going to be stamping in a little while. I'm going to use one of these stamps. Let's do it now, or I will forget. I will forget. So we've got 5 dies with this one again. So we've got one for the leaf, one for a bow, and 3 florals. So you can stamp just these ones and die cut them if you want. I'm quite happy to fussy cut though. It shouldn't take me too long to do. But let's use these stamps and stamp. I know it's only a tiny little stamp, but I still prefer to use my stamping platform. And I think I will do, especially for you, or thanks. I think I'll just do a little thanks a bunch, and then I'll position florals around it somehow. It's a nice tiny thanks a bunch. I've got my Sizzix sticky grid in here, so I've stick that to the bottom, the base of my stamping platform, and that holds it. So when I've got something small like this, putting magnets on would be, well, it's not too bad there actually, but it'd be sort of disruptive to where I want to stamp. Sometimes you just don't have room for the magnets if you're doing a large stamp or something. I'm going to put that in the top corner. So the sticky grid is perfect. There's 5 A4 sheets in the pack, so when you cut them down to a 5, there's 10 of them you can use, and one of them probably lasts me 3 or 4 weeks, I should think, as long as I'm not putting lots of embossing powder or anything like that on them. So Maureen, if you do buy a couple of these sets later, they're 15% off when you buy 2 or more, when you put 2 in your basket. Such hard life for hubby. Well, that's when he comes in from work. Carmen, of course you can watch on replay. Leanne, I'm just before I read your comment, Leanne, I'm just using a pencil eraser because this is a brand new stamp. So I'm going to just rub over the surface to make sure my ink grips nicely. And I only ever do this once when it's brand new. And I do it to absolutely every brand of stamp I have, because it just takes that surface off that sometimes repels the ink a little bit when they're brand new. Leanne, one of my favourite of your demos was with you colouring on craft with the pencils. I think it was a Daisy May snowman. Could be wrong. I did do it. I did do that. You were using a white pencil on craft. I've never. Oh, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? White pencil on craft comes up really well. Didn't know it was a thing. I've also done one of my old geometric stamps with the dragonfly on craft as well. So this is the Colorology multi-use ink pad. So this is brilliant. I'll read the back for you because it's easier than me just explaining it. Non-smudging hybrid stamping ink pad. Use on any cardstock, both watercolour and alcohol markers, archival, non-toxic and acid-free. So if you're not sure about what inks you should be using, that one is a really good go-to. There we go, put that in. There we go, perfect. Look, nice clean image. I will just get a wipe. Using your great idea to spray mount small pieces and wondering why it's not sticking. I used a fly spray, Amanda. No, did you not smell it? That's the fly spray we have here is really stinky because we have fields out the back, and occasionally in the conservatory we need to use fly spray just to deter them from coming in the house. So much for me not spending. I now need these sets in my life. I know, I'm sorry. I am sort of sorry. It's kind of my job though. I do love it. I love the stamping platform. I can't see me buying that one really. I love the other one. Now if you've got the other one, you probably don't need this one, but I know there'll be a lot of people in the market for a new stamp platform. So this is just like an upgrade of that. So as and when you need a new one, it's there. So thanks a bunch. So that's going to just go on here as well. The corners are ever so slightly rounded. They're not, oh, I better take the lid off that. They're not brilliantly rounded, like really, really rounded. Do any makes of rubber work on stamps? Well, that's just a really inexpensive supermarket pencil eraser. So I'd imagine so, yeah. It's really just about the gripping and rubbing over the surface. Some people just use their fingers, to be honest. So I think, yeah, any eraser you've got would work. Be absolutely fine. Lisa, love the whole process, just hanging out. Brilliant. Do you know what? I'm like that. I like to put something on in the background, not necessarily be commenting or anything. Tez, if it's the whole project, you get to see how you do it the right way. Oh, I think I've read that comment. Sorry, I'm missing comments on YouTube. Louise, I like watching live streams whilst doing other things, so it's nice to see how you do it. It's like having a crafty friend in the room chatting away while you both work. Absolutely. I love that. I do get quite lonely sometimes in my, sounds really sad, and I don't mean it to be, when I'm in my craft room on my own. Sometimes it's a bit, I wish I had someone to speak to. And if Sam's in, you know, being really rude and not answering her video calls and not chatting to me all day, then I have to find someone else to talk to. And I love putting on something like YouTube or a live stream and just having them on in the background, not necessarily even commenting, just having that noise in the background is brilliant. You prime your stamps with stays on. Yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do it. There are lots of different variations, and other people have their own ways. Like I say, some people just simply run them under the cold tap or warm tap and rub the surface off of them. Some you'll find don't even need it, but others will. I'm picking images that are going to stand up nicely, because they'll stand up and they'll be popped up. Does that make sense? So let's get the ones that are on stems. There we go. I think if I need, oh, there's so many I can't really choose, but let's do these ones first, and then if I need any more I'll just do them individually. What is the other way? Some people use Versamark, so like a clear embossing ink. Monica loves the multi-use black ink. I'm glad. It does take a little bit longer to dry though, so I'm going to stamp, because I want to colour instantly. I'm going to stamp with my VersaFine Claire. If I had time to let that dry, I would be using that one. I don't want you to all sit and watch paint dry, literally. Leanne's background noise is when there's no crafting lives, is Downton Abbey or Schitt's Creek. By the way, spelt with a C, so don't get at me. I've watched both so many times I don't need to look. I'm like that with Friends, and I'm like that with Big Bang Theory as well. So, oh, that one didn't stick. Let's just pop that there. I think I must have put that one on the wrong way round. Okay, so I haven't actually primed these. I haven't primed these at all. I'm colouring them in anyway, so that's fine. Oh, do you know what? I've made a mistake. I'm gonna take this ink off. I don't want to stamp them in black. I don't, because there you go. See, someone said about us not making mistakes. It's kind of a mistake. It's a bit of a waste of ink. I don't want to stamp them in black because I don't want them to be that harsh. I want to stamp them in a lighter colour. Now I have got a little basket behind me. It's got some odd ink pads in. And I've got VersaFine in a brown. I've got a grey. I've got Stays On in a brown as well. Or I like this one, smoky grey. It's not as harsh, not quite as harsh as the brown. It's a nice soft warm grey. I rub my new stamps on my stamp cleaner. Yeah, stamp cleaner thingamajig, says Anne. Everyone has different things they like to use, don't they? Oh no, my dogs are barking and I just had a car door. Oh, they'll have to wait. They'll just have to put it somewhere else. It's a very aggressive. I don't like aggressive knocking either. They rung the doorbell and knocked very aggressively, so it's clearly a delivery driver. I'm trying to think what's coming today. Oh, do you know what it is? What I ordered? I ordered some re-inkers for my distress oxides. Oh, I didn't ink that stamp fully. I can see I didn't do that. Can you see how much light? Oh, I know, I appreciate the light shining on that. At the minute. So let's just re-ink those two. Make sure they are back on there perfectly, and just press down on those. There. I'm keeping quiet. They're just putting it in my alleyway for me. So there we go. Okay, I won't worry about replacing all of those right now because that will take a while to do. I want to get on with some colouring. I'm going to keep that on the board for now, I think. I'll just turn it round so that, because I've got the sticky mat there, it's quite a nice, nice surface to keep it still while I'm colouring. But you can see, I still missed a bit there, but that's my fault. But you can see that's a much paler colour, not as harsh. You're lucky our delivery drivers never know, never ring the bell, just chuck and run. Well, he was very aggressive. Very aggressive with his knock. Don't like aggressive knocking, I'm sorry. I know what it is anyway, so I could see his shadow went past the window. He obviously put it in the alleyway down the side, so that'll be fine. It's under a shelter. CraftStash, can you tell how long will save 15%? Okay, you need to fly back home next week, so we'll probably buy it next month. I'm not sure. CraftStash, do we have a time frame on the discount or not? So what I'm going to do is make sure that my stems are a similar-ish colour to the green that I've used on the paper. I do need an on-air sign. Do you know what? I need it more for my children. So that is more of a turquoise green. Do you know what I've got? And you can download this, I think. No, it's not my mum. My mum would never knock like that. She would walk, well, she can't walk in now because I've got a new front door. She has got a key. She normally just sort of comes in and goes, hello. But no, it's not mum. I imagine my mum will text me before she leaves her house anyway. So, and she hasn't done yet. So that's okay. Now I think you can download this from the CraftStash blog. You certainly could before. And it's a quick chart that I made up for you when the markers were first launched. And you can just colour it in and then you've got a reference. Now it's very hard to know what order to put them in. So they were kind of like the basic colours. Then you've got your neons. Then you've got your pastels and your greys at the end. But I think, looking at this, I think emerald green might be one of the closest. I might do spectrum green, actually, spectrum green 172. So it's really handy to have that because you can already see what the colours come out like without having to. I have got a Ring doorbell, Louise, I have, and that's how I knew they were here before. But I couldn't really speak to them from here, or you'd hear me talk to them. Spectrum green, see, only thing I've found with the CCP markers, which are often on offer by the way, so grab them when you can, is that the lids don't always show the true colour. So this chart is really helpful. So like I say, the CraftStash blog, I'm sure on one of the posts somewhere there it's still available. Are we able to check that, CraftStash, and just see whether that is still a thing? So the leaves on this are tiny, so I'm just going to colour these leaves. Yeah, so I have, like I say, I have a watch, and the watch tells me that someone's at my door, and I think I can, well, I know I can talk to people through, if I open my phone up, open the app up, but I'm not going to do that. So for each of these leaves, the ink will dry a little bit lighter, as in the alcohol ink that I'm colouring with. So each of these leaves I'm going to do the spectrum green, then I'm going to take something a bit darker, maybe turquoise green is slightly darker, and just do the base of them in this, like so. I appreciate. Let me see if I can bring. If I bring this closer. If I bring it closer. Oh, good luck with your flu jab, Isla. Yeah, go defrost the car. I've done that this morning already. Oh, Monica's got the chart as well. If I bring this closer for you all, you then won't be able to see my face for the rest of the live. I don't suppose that's an issue, is it? I'm going to bring it down. If anyone doesn't like rocking or the camera moving, look away now for a moment, because I'm going to be bringing this down nice and close. Okay, and twisting it to make sure it's nice and straight. Is that a bit better? Okay, there we go. So I'm just doing little flicks up from the base just to bring the base a little bit darker, and then I'll take the light colour and go back over, and that helps to blend both in a touch. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with the same green across all the leaves and all the stems, and that will just keep it nice and harmonious. Oh, by the way, I do hold my pen extremely oddly. Some people may have noticed. People have commented in the past. I think it's a bit rude. Commented in a bad way. I've had some really nasty comments actually, because I used to teach brush lettering and things like that. I used to have people saying, well, if you can't even hold a pen properly, how can you teach others? I think, well, it's not about holding the pen properly, is it? So I'm aware that I don't hold my pen in the same way as other people might, but it's just, I was never corrected as a child, and as I say, I can do calligraphy and brush lettering, so I don't think it's actually hindered me too much. Dee, have a fabulous weekend as well. Thank you so much. Sandra, I didn't realise you were here. Hello, how are you? Are you happy? Is the focus okay here, everybody, as well? Enough? Oh, Sandra, you're on both YouTube and Facebook. So with this one, I'm going to go a little bit darker on the underneath of the leaf, the underneath of the stem there, and then take the lighter colour and just go over again. What I love about alcohol inks is you can layer them up, and it doesn't get darker and darker and darker, which is nice. So just think about the sun, where the sun would be hitting each one and where there would be shadows. I go quiet when I'm colouring as well. And fussy, I've got to cut all these out as well. It's going to be a long live today. CraftStash, are you okay? You're hungry? By all means, go off and have your lunch if you want. But these are beautiful stamps, and they really are a great, like, essential. They're like a craft. They are literally a CraftStash top up, because these are the sorts of stamps that you might not use right now, you might not need immediately, but you will use them. You will come to them and think, oh yes, I've got those wedding or those floral stamps or whatever they may be. I will use them at some point, absolutely, definitely. And when they're so beautiful, so many in each pack, it's worth grabbing. Let me see. Judging by your work, how you hold your pen is relevant. Yeah, I think so. Like I say, it hasn't hindered me, Sandra, I don't think, but there are some people who are very particular about that sort of thing. I know. I don't know if any of you ever purchased the Simply Lettering magazine when I used to be the editor for it, but that isn't the right word. I can't remember what my title was, but basically the editor. We had a gentleman called Paul Antonio, who used to, a very, very, very talented man. He's done work for the Queen before. There we go. So there's the green. That's the boring bit done. Let's add some colour now. Could you do me a lunch as well, please? Oh no, I need some lunch. I have got chicken wrap today, I think. I had my lunch and I had a quick banana. Sorry, I had my breakfast. So I had Greek yogurt and fruit for breakfast, and then I had a banana just before I went live. I ate that very quickly. And yeah, so what's for lunch, everybody? And what colours are we going to? I think we've got to do pinks, but I feel like I want to throw a few yellows in there as well. So let's do some, the pinks need to be similar. What have we got? We've got the pale pink and we've got the medium pink. So let's grab those out. That's medium pink. Is it pale light? Pale cherry. Pale cherry pink. Let's do a couple of the flowers in these. So yeah. Am I going to have a wrap? I think so, because I bought the chicken yesterday and I think I need to eat it today. So I think I will have chicken wrap, and then I might have a bowl of, I've got barbecue lentils as well. So when I'm colouring with alcohol pens, I'm not an expert. I never claim to be an expert, and I don't have a lot of patience for colouring, but my system as such is to go over the entire image in one pale colour, and then, as you saw with the leaves, go over areas that would be darker, that would have shadows or shade in a slightly darker shade, and then go back to that light colour again and just blend it out. Usually little flicks, little circles like that, just to blend those edges out a little bit. And hopefully you can see. And as that dries, the grey lines that I stamped will start to come through a bit more. And then once that's dry, I would go in and add any detail, but I wouldn't do that until the ink's dry, because if you put alcohol ink on top of wet alcohol ink, it will spread and blend. The same as if you were to put watercolour onto a wet paper, it will spread, that sort of thing. So let the layer dry, and alcohol ink does not take long at all to dry, because the alcohol effectively burns off, evaporates, rather than soaking in and leaves the colour behind. So it doesn't take long. But for example, if I wanted to go in and do something, so I don't know, put some yellow in there for a reason, for some pollen or stamen or whatever, maybe up here, I would do that once it's dry. Okay, so I'm going to do dark around the centre of this flower, and then just a few other areas, a little bit under there. Okay, pate and onion marmalade on crackers and a yogurt. That sounds amazing. Oh, you're all going to make me hungry now. Lentil and bacon soup Lisa's having. Leanne's having a cheese toasty. Cheese and onion toasty. Oh, it's only 7:30 for Donna. Sorry, Donna. I've read Debbie Bonner and I've come up with Donna somehow. It's only 7:30 a.m. She's just had breakfast. Don't know about lunch yet. I'm going to run errands, hit the grocery store. We'll be back by 11 to see your mixed media. Oh, that's 11 o'clock for you, is it? Thank you. I'd love you to join me later. I don't, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing today yet. Haven't decided. Let's do one more in these colours. Once you've got a nice colour combination for flowers, there's nothing wrong with doing a few of them. I just went over the line a little bit there. I'm really dragging this one out today. CraftStash are going to be hungry. You're still live. I'm still going. Yeah. I'm taking a leaf out of your book, Sam. And I'm only making one card today, really, as well. But I didn't prep this one, Sam. This is me not prepping, and this is how long it takes when I don't. Right, let's get some yellows in there. So we need a nice pale yellow. This one's called Green Bice, which is that one. And then maybe marigold for the centre. Let's see what these look like. There's a tulip. We'll do that. Genius be genius. There we go. Will there be more? Yeah. Do you mean the alcohol pens, Sandra? Will there be more coming? It does show how long prep takes, because this, if I was to prepare all this, it would take as long as the live. It usually takes me an hour, maybe 2, to prepare a card, if I did all this colouring and cutting and everything in advance. So yeah, it does take a while, doesn't it? I'm not sure if there are any more colours coming. I'm not aware of any more at the moment. I think we've got quite a nice range. I know what you mean. It's nice to have more. It's nice to have all the colours, but at the minute, I'm not aware that there's any other colours coming. So this is a proper English rose. I'm going to do it yellow. Yeah, not at the moment. Louisa's got homemade Cajun pepper soup for lunch with bread. Beautiful. What sort of bread have you got? Is it special bread? I've been buying the bread. I've been buying a lot, sourdough, a lot lately, and I get it from the co-op. I'm not sure if it's a co-op brand. Pumpkin and what is it? Pumpkin and sunflower seed bread, something like that. Really nice. Really, really nice. So just using that paler colour again, just to blend out the darker shading. It saves you going in with 3 or 4 different colours to try and blend, as long as the colours aren't too different to start with, too wildly different. Right, one more. I think we need to go with bright pink for this one to match the bright pinks there. So I think I'm going to go with oh, I don't know. And maybe I'll go with the pale pink, but I'll go in, I don't want to go fluorescent, that's a bit too much. The pale purple. Let me see, pale purple and, did I say pale pink? Pale pink light. That's that one. And hopefully what they call the pale purple will be a nice bright pink to just kind of match the bright pink of the mats and layers that I've done so far. Yeah, we'll do these 2 and that should be enough. I always think any more than about 3 colours on a card is too many, unless you're going for the rainbow look. If you want to keep things quite cohesive, try to keep to sort of 3-ish colours. I love sourdough bread. Can I ask what colour chart you have? Yeah, so you can print it off without, you fill it in yourself. As you can see, I've coloured it and it's bled through to the back. It's on the CraftStash blog. If you go onto the CraftStash website and you scroll down to the bottom, then you'll have the blog there. It'll say about inspiration. And you can, somewhere in there's a post. I don't know if CraftStash are able to find it. I did it a while ago though, when the pens actually launched. Just go around the base of these, around the centre. And then, oh, did I just put that pale one back? I did, didn't I? Pale light pink. There we go. I think that'll be just enough of an accent to match the mats and layers. Got to cut these out now. Stay with me, everyone. So I just fold that in quarters and slot it in there, so it's in there always and I never lose it. Let's see what my fussy cutting's like, shall we? So top fussy cutting tips while I'm at it. Oh, Louise, it'll be nice warm part baked baguette. Yes. So top tips for fussy cutting. I'm going to go right up to the edges. So decide at the start if you want to go right to the edge of your image or whether you want to leave a white border or whatever colour border it is, and stick with it the whole way around all your images. And that will, again, make them look cohesive. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I know. My belly is telling me that I should have finished by now. And you're all talking about food. But, you know, we'll get there when we get there. I moved the paper, not my scissors, as well. And the actual cutting part of the scissors is usually around about halfway down the blades. Mine are Fiskars embroidery scissors. These are my favourite. They're just personal. They're not made for fussy cutting, but they are my personal favourites for fussy cutting. They're just super sharp because I've got the point. If I do need to get in anywhere with the point, which I'll do here, for example, I've got that and it works really well. And I did lose them a while ago, but I found them again now. So I tried to cut my cardstock down as close to the image as I can, so I've got less to get around. This bit is a bit fiddly, so I'm gonna not worry too much. Have a little bit of white around those buds, and this is where, look, I'm using my points. Can you see that? Sorry, I just realised I was sort of going off because I zoomed in, didn't I? I'm using the points to just really get in there and just snip into there too. There we go. Well, it's not too bad. So yeah, I cut everything out first. I wouldn't try to cut them on this big piece of paper, although it's easier to maneuver the paper around. I just think it's easier not to have that amount of paper you're trying to get around, if that makes sense. Get your hand under. Nice, easy bits like this. Sam's fussy cutting scissors. Yes, I know. Well, I did obviously have the Advent and I had her scissors, and then I gave the Advents back when after everything was done, because I did TV shows with them. So I gave them back, and I should have just borrowed the scissors out of one of the boxes and then given them everything else back. So we don't get to keep everything. Only some things. If I've got something particularly fiddly, I prefer to try and cut that first, while you've still got a good amount of cardstock to manoeuvre and move around with your fingers, and it also helps to stabilize and support the card while you're cutting it if you're doing something very fiddly. And as you can see, I'm using my left hand to move the card. My scissors are barely moving. They're pretty much staying in one place. Let me see. Yeah, everyone's saying Sam's are good. I think that's it. I don't think I've missed any comments, have I? Pretty images. They are really pretty. They're one of the new stamp sets, Sam, which I guess you'd guess anyway. Have you got these, Sam? You've got the 4 card mechanisms, and then you've got four card shapes, and then you've got the 4 stamp and die sets as well, and you can mix and match them all. They're so pretty. So they're all going to be sitting in there. I still don't think there's going to be a lot. I might add to it with some green strips when we come to it. It's quite funny. My mum's coming round this afternoon to pick her cat up. Helen, I was watching her live yesterday, and because it was her birthday, her mum was coming round because it was her birthday, a present round while she was live. Sam, has your mum popped in today? There's my doorbell again. Who is that this time? Could that be, what time is it? Oh, I don't know. If it's my mum, she'll go down the side and she'll try and go in the back door. Then I will have to go and let her in. We shall see. Didn't hear her pull up. She usually pulls up on the drive though. Just rung the doorbell again. I think I better go and get it just in case, hadn't I? Bear with me. The angles is slightly away. I'll read that in a moment. In just a moment. Bear with me. Sorry, I nearly got you then. Okay.
Just come round to say what I do. I do yoga for men, small bowel movement, and beauty therapy.
Okay, so I'm in a meeting at the moment. Can I just take a card? Lovely. Thank you very much. Thanks. Oh, bless her. There's just a lady promoting herself, her hair like a mobile hairdresser. She wanted to tell me about what she did, and I thought I can't be rude and say. So I said I was in a meeting. I don't think people always understand what a live is if they don't watch lives. So didn't need to ring the doorbell twice though, did she? It definitely wasn't my mum. Okay, but what is that? BBIA? What does that mean, Sandra? Right, I want to read this comment, Tez. Also, look, if you angle the scissors slightly away from the thing you're going around, it makes it easier to go round bends. I see what you mean, yes. Yeah, I do. I go that way when I'm going round. I think it's something I automatically do without even realising. Isn't it funny how we fall into habits after so many years of doing these things? It's actually nice to fussy cut as well, rather than just die cut all the time. How's CraftStash Stig doing? Is he still here? Is he quiet? I'm still here, I know. It's a long one today. 4 more flowers. Stick them on. Pretty much done. It's to be honest, it's a pretty basic card. But I've just took my time over doing it. No, she's not coming around today, Sam. Sam, what are your weekend plans? I know you probably told everyone in your live. You got much on this weekend? I know I spoke to you yesterday. I've got a fun new game. I like to send Sam videos to open on Instagram. Things that she probably doesn't want to open. She doesn't know until she does. Wow, I've come out and back in. The chat looks different. I love fussy cutting and watching TV. Oh, I'm glad you like watching it. Is it quite therapeutic? Probably that. He's asleep. Is that Monty? Monty's asleep. Oh, I see. Sorry, not Monty. CraftStash. Yeah, I think he is. I think he's had enough. He's left. He knows. I'm in control. It's fine. We don't need him. Maybe he's off looking for Clow. Perhaps he is. I imagine he's gone for his lunch. He's given up. No, he said he's multitasking. So he's eating his lunch whilst watching then. Is that what you mean? Yeah, sorry. When you said he, I missed. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I thought you meant Monty. Took my boys to the vets today. They had their vaccinations today. I've just moved them actually recently to a new vet, which is just around the corner, which is brilliant. It's so much easier than going to their old one, which was like 25 minutes away. So just around the corner, I took them in, and I have one. It's amazing because the rescue is the really nervous one. He will let the vet do anything to him. Absolutely anything, like give him the injection, check him over, check his teeth and ears. Whereas my old boy, who is the very confident one, won't let the vet touch him at all. As in, pulls away. Doesn't get aggressive, but just is like, no, no, you're not listening to my heart. No, you're not going to be putting that thing up my nose. We are behaving. I think I'm being very good, actually. Sam will be cementing the fireplace in her bedroom and finishing all the detail on the stairs ready to stain. Oh, wow. You're going to do Instagram lives at all while you do that? No pressure. I was saying earlier I'm going to be doing skirting and architrave in my utility. Yay. The flowers are beautiful, aren't they? They are really pretty. And these aren't even all of them. There's lots more I could have stamped if I wanted to, but nobody wants the time for that. So just going back to my salesy bit, because I haven't spoken for a while. We've got new people watching. This is the new collection from Creative Craft Products. It is the pop-up cards. I'm working with some of the decorative stamps and dies that you can also buy in the collection. There's 4 new pop-up card dies. you can purchase. There's a square box that I'm using here. We've got the landscape box as well, so the same but a flatter version. We've got the hexagon pop-up, and we've also got the arched. It doesn't come with the card base, just this part, the arched pop-up too. So the 4 shapes. We've then got 4 different sets of stamps and dies with lots of imagery and sentiments on them for different themes. And we've got a 3D embossing folder, which is a landscape scene too. So they're all available on CraftStash now. Great prices, but if you are purchasing 2, you'll get 15% off. That happens at checkout. And if you're a VIP, you'll also get your 10% as well. Right, okay, let's clean up this mess. Let's pop these on. Yeah, I've got a feeling these are still going to look quite sparse. That's the word, isn't it? Quite slim. So what I'm going to do is find that colour green again if I can. I think I've got some more here. Is it that colour? I'm looking behind me, sorry, I'm asking. Yeah. So I might do some long twizzly bits to fill in. Probably not, I'm quicker when, yeah, I know, when you're live, you're chatting to people, aren't you, and looking at comments, it takes longer. Probably like this. What envelope would you use for those cards, please? So this one would be, I did do, if you watch back, you've got all the sort of measurements. I did read them all out. This one, the envelope would be, it's probably a 6x6 envelope. Would work. That's 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters. Hexagon's the same. You could put it in a 6x6 envelope. The archway is smaller, so it depends on how you want to fold it. But that is, oh, I say that the width when it's flattened is also 14. It's only about 10 centimeters tall though. And then this one would have to go into a, well, you could fold it down flat like that, obviously really quite small. The width is 14, yeah, I think you'd probably need a 6x6 inch square one for that as well. So nice, easy, common shapes would work. Right, so I'm just putting glue onto the base of flowers. I'm doing them in colour order so I can stagger the colours. You're welcome, Emma. As if he has to tell us to behave. What have we ever done? Monica says, thank you, CraftStash. I don't think we've ever misbehaved, have we, Sam? Maybe add in some die cut foliage. I was actually just going to, oh, well, I'll show you what I was going to do to fill it out. Yeah, let's pop that one there. This one here in the centre. I appreciate you can't really see so much what I'm doing. Nice yellow rose there. Going to put the tulip on the back panel just here, and I'll also put a leaf there as well, making sure where I did the darker area, that's at the base of the leaf. I've got another leaf here. I'll leave that, oh, leaf it out. Oh, that's like one of my husband's dad jokes. I'll put that one there. Then I will just fill that space. I mean, it's not too bad. It just needs a bit of space filling up. They are very delicate. I'm just going to cut some very thin strips. And they're got slightly wider bases. I don't know where I learned this, unless it was just a pure accident, perhaps. And use my scissors and just give them a little bit of a, well, they'll have to lay flat anyway when things flatten, but they can attach in here. And just fill in a bit of space too. But yeah, I could die cut some leaves, couldn't I? I think CraftStash will cry if I start doing much more. And not go and get lunch. Always professional, but Lou does send me lots of rude videos. How dare that slander that is. Never. I wouldn't do it publicly though. It's just it's videos that make me go, is this real? I can't believe this. Sam, is this real? That's why I send them to you. Oops. Karen, I do not have Facebook, only YouTube. I get really upset when the live streams are only on Facebook. Yeah, well, we're going to try and do a mix. I'll be live again, Karen, at 4 p.m. on YouTube. You see that's just filled out, almost like grasses, just filled out. Everything folds flat. I'm not going to do any more because it is, you know, we're 2 hours in now and it's one card made. But it's been great that you've all, yeah, they are funny. You've all stayed with me for so long. But yeah, so there's the square pop-up. And the beautiful, I mean, those florals you could absolutely use on their own as well if you wanted to. Now you could, yeah, Jamie's Fiddly Bits die. Yeah, I think that's hilarious. The name of it is so funny. But you could also attach the flowers to this front edge as well, and of course more on the back panel, so you could really fill it up. Like I said, I think CraftStash Dig might eat his own arm off if I don't soon finish up so he can have his lunch. But you get the idea. So there's the hexagon, the square, and we've got the arch as well. Then there's of course the one that I haven't done and decorated yet, which is the landscape pop-up box, which we'll have to do another time in another video. So that's everything. It's all available in the links. I'll put it so you can actually see it properly. All available in the links for you that are pinned. And Lou, don't hold yourself if everyone is happy to. That's fine. I'm done. I'm done. And I'm going to eat my own arm off, to be honest. I have to eat every hour. I get grouchy. Thank you so much, Sharon Dunn. Thank you, Jenny. Jenny, I don't know if I've said hello to you, but hello. Thank you for joining us. It's been lovely to have you here. I'll be live at 4 p.m. On YouTube, and that's only on YouTube. I think I might, do you know, I might stream it to both. Perhaps, shall I? Shall I stream the mixed media to my page as well? I could do, couldn't I? It won't make any difference. It's just like this. But yeah, I'll see you all at 4 p.m. Hopefully, those of you who can join me for a bit of mixed media fun and play to end off the week, round off the week, and have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Don't forget, of course, if you're a VIP member, you're going to save 10%. So definitely look into that if you're not already. You've seen all the recommendations from other people. You've seen us all rant about how great it is. So I don't need to tell you anymore. Great, Rosine. Oh, okay, great. I will do that then. I'll try and get it onto Facebook at the same time. Take care, everybody. Have a fabulous weekend if I don't speak to you before. And I'll see you again on Monday morning, 10 a.m. on Facebook on the CraftStash channel for the Fill Your CraftStash. That's the one. Fill Your CraftStash. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Carmen. See you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.